What's up, folks, and welcome to Guess That Set. That's right, the game is quite simple. All you gotta do is leave a comment below and let me know which one of these vintage sets you believe is going to be the set of the day. Well, to make it easier for you, let's go over the contenders, starting with the number one blue engine himself, Thomas, with the Thomas N-Scale line. Now, this set will make you feel like you're on the island of Sodor. And granted, this year is the 80th anniversary for the Railway Series. Yeah. Next to it, we have the new Railroad Inn battery-operated train set. Ooh, now that's interesting. Underneath that, we have the fastest steam locomotive ever, the Mallard Pullman from Hornby. Underneath that, we have an action accessory pack, the operating coal mine from Lifelike. But Lifelike doesn't stop there, as we have another set underneath that called the America Railway. How patriot. But the fun just doesn't stop, even for the toddlers. Gotta start them young with the Hornby Junior Line Acela train set. Beautiful. Hiding over here in this corner, we have the Lego Creator passenger train. But the bricks just keep building as we move on up to the Mold King Rural Railway EMD SD40-2 diesel locomotive. Ain't that a lot of words? But it just keeps on giving as the magic continues with the Lego Harry Potter Hogwarts Express train set. Underneath that, we have Bachman's largest train set ever, the Overland Limited. But last but not least, the happiest train set ever made from King Corky. Can't you feel the joy? Now that you've seen all the contenders, it's time for you to make a decision. And I'll give you 5 seconds to do so. I hope you made your decision, because the set of the day is the operating coal mine from Lifelike. Ooh, if this was your choice, you should go ahead and subscribe to me right now, because that means we think alike. We're locked in. That means you have good taste. That means you understand me. But let's go ahead and talk about this set for it. Come on over. Well, if you've seen any of my other train set reviews, then you already know what one of my non-sexual turn-ons is, which is accessories. And I have praised Lifelike many times for being the brand for providing for me. And boy, did they slap me in the face with this gem right here. The fact that this isn't even a complete set, but has enough things going for it to almost be classified as a set, they did not have to go this hard. They must have been taking notes from the Tommy Thomas and Friends line. The fact that this even includes a 040 tank engine, aka Big Joe, that alone exceeds all expectations. But what else is included in this? Well, let's take a look. Now granted, when I bought this set, it was used, but everything seems to be in order. This action-packed set features a classic instruction manual, a tunnel made out of styrofoam in poorly blended colors, the coal tipple with a hopper car and coal, an extra pound of coal, a bag of earth material, 6 fully painted crew members, switch tracks, and 3 straights. Now I did add some curved tracks from a previous Lifelike vintage train set that I did have that ironically was a double header coal train set. I no longer have the box, but here's a picture of what it looked like. This set also has a mountain sheet, which is really just an excuse to ball up some paper. It doesn't have the grass mat, which I didn't realize was missing until I looked at the picture and saw on the box that it said it doesn't have a grass mat. But luckily, I got a spare if it's really necessary. Lastly, we have another hopper car, which I don't really think was originally with the set, given the picture on the box, but at least the person who owned it before me replaced it. I think it was the same with the locomotive itself, which say Santa Fe on the box, but this one is a Baltimore and Ohio version. Now, let's take a closer look, shall we? Honestly, I would have never bought or thought I would own a shunted tank engine, but this little fella has earned a spot in my collection. I can't really tell if this is like plastic or die cast. I'm leaning more towards the plastic just because of the fingerprints. I really do like the molding on here. Like, this is far better than a lot of Lifelike's other diesels, like the F7s or the GP40s. But again, I don't like that the chassis is exposed like this, and it's taking a majority of the body. So, but again, you can't expect too much from Lifelike. But this is the most Lifelike train they have ever sold. I just love that it does have a little weight to it too as well. So that means it's probably gonna be able to pick up way more cars than expected. And I just love also like how it stands out compared to the other big engines in my collection, like the Flying Scotsman, my Southern Pacific GS-2, the Norfolk and Western Class J, or even my Union Pacific Challenger. But he is bigger than one engine in my collection. To preserve some of the materials in the set, I decided to run it on a quick loop made from some spare tracks I had stored away. Watching this little thing run around made me start to appreciate even the smaller engines, and that sometimes it really do be the small things in life that counts. But we're talking about Lifelike here. It has a harsh jerk when it's starting. It's no surprise that the motor is loud. And lastly, it only lasted a minute. I had to keep resetting the gears exposed at the bottom so it can move again. And I don't know exactly how to fix that. Comment below and let me know what I should do. Now I'm going to give Lifelike some slack with this because this more than likely isn't the original locomotive for this set. However, it's still branded as Lifelike underneath the motor. All in all, it's still an awesome addition to my collection of vintage train sets. I wish Lifelike would have done more of these, leaning more towards what they're good for, which is accessories. Anyway, that's all I got for y'all today. Jehu out.